We have Janet Hintze here with us. And Janet, if you would just take a moment to let the group know a little bit about your role with Intermountain, and then you can jump into your Be Well moment. And then when you're done with that, you can throw it back to me and I'll take over the stretch.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Cami. Well, my name is Janet Hintze. I am the Chief Nursing Officer for Alta View Hospital, which is in Sandy. And I've been with Intermountain 30 years. And so I've had the opportunity of working here at Alta View for 2.5 years. So anyway, I love my role as a community-sized hospital chief nursing officer. So anyway, I love nursing. This is Nurses Week this week. So hug your favorite nurse and let them know how much you appreciate them. So as I started thinking about what I wanted to share, I started thinking about one of the main things that tips that I love to share about how I felt like I stayed mentally healthy during one of the toughest times of my life. So I went through a divorce a few years ago, quite a few years ago, and I had young kids at the time. And it was super important to me that throughout that turmoil that they didn't feel like they were collateral damage. I wanted to keep them at the forefront because I think that a lot of times kids can have unintended consequences whether you want them to or not. And so knowing that that was super important to me, I wanted to put something literally on the calendar to make sure that they were a top priority to me. And so luckily, I had one born on the 6th of the month, one born on the 14th, and one born on the 23rd. So every one of those days, the 6th, the 14th, and the 23rd, I just took them out for something. I called it like date time with mom, right? And so I took them out one-on-one and I spent time with them, whether it was something quick or something a little bit more extended. I checked on them emotionally, school stuff, and I was able to just deepen my connection with them, make sure that they were doing okay. And I feel like that helped them and me stay connected throughout some turmoil within all of our lives. And so I always try to share that because having a trigger, have something planned is something that can help us all. And then I thought, as I reflect back, I probably should have put myself on that. I was born on the 27th. On the 27th, I probably should have done something self-care for myself. So I'd add that in there as well. Put that on the calendar, whatever day of the month you were born on, just make sure that you're taking care of yourself. So anyway, that's my tip. I thought I would share that, and I appreciate all the Be Well support that's available to us. There's pretty much everything you can imagine available to us as caregivers. And so I really do appreciate what's done for us within Intermountain.
Thanks so much, Janet. I love how you are being vulnerable with, a difficult situation that happened to you, but also how you prioritize those most important relationships to you, because we have a tendency to not give enough attention to the people that mean the most to us. So I love that that's how you did that with your children. What a wonderful way to exemplify prioritizing relationships. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, we will move on to the stretch portion of our class today. Janet, you can have camera on or off, whatever works best for you.
I don't have a ton of room in my office, so I will probably turn my camera off if that's okay. And I will
totally
participate
fine.
Right along with you.
That is totally fine. Okay, so find yourself some space. And let's add a little bit of movement to our day. So take your feet a little wider than hip width apart, and let's just start by checking in with our body physically and then a little bit emotionally too. So let's take a deep breath, take a big inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, just fold forward partway, hands can come to your thighs. You can bend your knees. Let's do that 2 more times. Big inhale, reach up. And exhale, fold. Big releasing breath. Let's do that once more. Big inhale. And exhale, fold forward. And then just roll up through your spine all the way up to standing. Let's take feet together and continue waking up our body with our breath and some movement. So hands by our shoulders. We're going to step to the right. Big reach to the left, big side stretch. Come back to the center. We inhale here. Exhale. Just as long as you're breathing, it doesn't have to match when I say to inhale and exhale. Just find some nice deep breaths. Of course, always move within what feels safe for your body, you know, your own personal range of motion. And if you want to hold a stretch a little longer in a position, feel free to do that if it feels extra good, if you need it there. We're just going to do one more of these each side. Last one. All right, go ahead and release the arms. Let's just do some reverse shoulder rolls. We're going to do a little bit of shoulder focus to start off with today. We'll try and add a bit of extra up and lower too. Okay, so take arms out to the sides, palms facing up. Just make sure knees are soft. We're just going to rotate the palms until thumbs face down as far as you can, and then switch directions. We're just rotating. And then reaching the arms up in the air and do the same thing, rotate. So think about rotating from your fingertips all the way down into your shoulder joint. So we want to get that full rotation through the shoulders. Then release arms down, soften the knees and hinge from the hips, reaching your fingers back and up. And we're going to do that same kind of rotation. So rotating from fingertips all the way into the shoulder joint. Palms moving forward and back, and really accentuate the movement in the shoulders. So squeezing shoulder blades together and then rounding shoulders forward. Okay, let's stand up and reach the hands out in front. Make your snow globe hands, round through the back, pull your shoulder blades apart, look down at the ground. And then big inhale, send your thumbs back. Lift your chest and look up. Let's do that 2 more times around through the back. We're really trying to mobilize through our upper spine to that thoracic spine, because if you have a tight thoracic spine, that will leak into your shoulder mobility and it will reduce the mobility of your shoulders. So kind of the key to improving shoulder mobility is improving the movement in your thoracic spine. Okay, release arms, shake it out a little bit. We're going to take a little step forward with the left foot. Take hands behind your head. We're going to get into our thoracic mobility a little bit more. So we're going to twist to the left, a little bit of a twist, and then we're going to dip the left elbow. Okay, now we lift back up and then we twist further. Dip the left elbow. Lift back up and twist further and hold there. And then come back to the center and let's switch up our feet. So now right foot short split stance forward. Now we're going to twist to the right. Dip the elbow. Lift up, twist a little further. Dip the elbow. Lift up and twist and hold. And then come all the way back to the front. And then release the arms and just shake it out a little bit. Okay, let's get into our lower body a bit more. So take feet just a little wider than hip width apart. Hands can go to hips and just do some hula hoops, some hip circles. Check in with how the hips and the low back are feeling. And then go the other way. All right, let's reach arms straight up in the air. Big inhale, and as you exhale, bend your knees and reach for the floor. You can bend your knees as much as you need to get your hands to the floor. Let's do that 2 more times. Big reach up. And reach down, bend the knees as much as you need to. You can keep your legs mostly straight and still touch the floor. Great. Maybe you just have extra long arms. It's not always about your hamstring flexibility. Sometimes it's the length of your appendages that determine how far you can reach. Okay, let's stand all the way back up. Take feet together, and we're going to bring our hands by our shoulders. We're going to step the right leg back into kind of a half lunge position. Take that right hand and push to the left. And do a little twist. Do that again, same side. And one more, keep your core engaged as you do this. Stabilize your lower spine. Okay, let's switch sides. Because our lower spine, our lumbar spine does not like mobility. It needs to be stable. So that's the purpose of our core. Okay, let's push to the right. So keep your lower spine stabilized with your core through this twist so we can mobilize the upper spine. One more. Okay, step feet together, big inhale, reach up. And exhale, fold forward all the way. Come part way up, hands can be on shins or above your knees. And then fold forward again. And let's do that one more time, reach up. And this time fold all the way down, and let's pause for a moment here. Let your head and neck relax. Maybe shake your head yes and no. Different directions. And then bend your knees until you can feel like your ribs or your belly on your thighs. And then start to lift your hips, lift your sit bones, keeping your ribs and your thighs connected till you really feel your hamstrings. Okay, then bend knees again, relax, and then lift the sit bones again, lengthening the hamstrings. Then plant your hands just above your knees and walk yourself all the way up to standing. Okay, interlace fingers, and then push your palms out away from you. And big inhale, reach up. And reach forward. Let's reach up again. And then release the left hand out to the side. And that hand's going to go up your back. And the right hand is going to drop down your back. And we'll reach both arms up again. And then reverse it. So right hand goes up your back. Left hand drops behind your head. And if you're right-handed, this side will probably feel a little more challenging, a little tighter. And then release the arms. Let's plant our fingertips together. And then turn your fingertips towards your chest. And just start to pull your hands away from your chest. So we'll stretch in the forearms, those typing muscles. And then let's release the hands down, and you can either keep your hands at your chest or bring your hands to your hips just for stability. And we're just going to press up high on the toes and then rock back on the heels and lift the toes. Just waking up your ankles, all those toe joints. Now see if you can put all your weight up into your big toes. And now shift your weight to the outsides of your feet, towards your pinky toes. And now see if you can even it out between all 10 toes. And let's take left leg back and just push the back heel down now that we've warmed up the ankle and the calf muscles. Let's just get a little stretch. And then switch sides. Push the back heel down. Try to keep that back foot nice and straight. You just don't want the toe turning out. And then step forward. Okay, you guys are all done. Thanks so much for joining today, and thank you, Janet, for a great Be Well message.